Greetings, my friends. It's Andrea here with an update on the full moon that we have on August 19th. I know this is quite very soon, but I wanted to talk nevertheless about it. I had a very nice vacation, I would say, and also a good culinary experience in Palma de Mallorca. For vegetarian taste, so to speak, I would recommend this because there are more options in Spain than in other parts of this country, and I really recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed also a nice holiday. But now back in business, and I would like to talk about Bitcoin and what we can expect. So you know it is a very volatile week in general because we have a long-term aspect that I already wrote about on Twitter, X, and this is the Jupiter-Saturn square, and historically we had drops of minus 18% even, and we had also increase of 18%, but usually at the third cross of this aspect, so to speak, because we have Jupiter and Saturn retrograde and direct, so in various combinations. Also this year we will see them 3 times, so to speak, this event. So it's something that repeats. And if you didn't see my video about it, please have a look at it. I will link it at the end of this video. Now what we have on the full moon, this is the focus for this video. It's a mix of aspects that are bullish and bearish because of the heightened Uranus energy and the fact that the full moon happens in the Dhanishta nakshatra, which is ruled by Mars. It's also a very volatile full moon, and this effect will be for 2 weeks, so 2 weeks after that. And I would say that the influence would be at a culmination point on the 3rd of September. Now, I would like to say that on the 19th of August, I would expect that we do have a pump at first, because we have Sun and Mercury conjunct, and this is positive and can create a local peak. However, because we have also a Uranus energy, which is bearish, the Sun square Uranus, it is possible that this aspect would be a bit out of order. As we know, Uranus is pretty unpredictable, and the price movement for sure will be sudden. I would say that Uranus will drop the price, but we will see. So for sure we will have a big pump, which is maximum, Mercury conjunct Sun, but we will have also chronologically on the day, so the order is the pump at first, at least of the aspect, and then Sun square Uranus will be later. But we do have also other aspects that are in between, and they are bearish. It's a Venus opposition Saturn and a Venus square Jupiter. Both are bearish and both involve Venus with Jupiter and Saturn, which when they occur one after the other especially would really say that yes, something will be materialized. So even if it's a long-term aspect, it is very possible that we will see the drop exactly on that day. And it's interesting to see the fact that Venus is related to currencies, cryptocurrencies, so we can expect a disruption in this regard on these markets. So they are Venus connected matters. If we think about the world as such, Venus and psychology, Venus is about relationships, romantic, but not only, it's also the relationship we have with money. So it could be that some of us will get disappointed if your chart is triggered by this aspect. So it's good to be aware, and if you trade, to have extra risk management or decrease your risk in general, so risk less than usual if you don't feel very confident in your strategy. Then we can say that this full moon is also triggering actually the eighth house of transformation and sudden reversals for Bitcoin. And this is about the sidereal chart, and I would like also to dive a bit into it, only a bit for the ones which are interested in astrology, and to have a look at the way the whole full moon looks like. And like usual, I do it for London, but you can ignore the ascendant and the houses. We will focus on the planets only. The full moon happens at 6:45 p.m., so in the evening, UTC time zone, and this is the chart casted for London. Like I said, it's with a Capricorn ascendant. Just ignore it. We focus on the planets. So first of all, we see a bearish influence because from a sidereal perspective, at least, we do have Saturn retrograde conjunct with the moon. And the moon is in Dhanishta nakshatra. As you can see here, it's in the second pada, and it is a moon that is with a negative connotation, I would say, although it's connected to wealth and ruled by Mars. Mars is in Taurus at 25 degrees, as you see here, and it's also conjunct Jupiter. So this conjunction, it's quite close still, and we can say that this will spark volatility. So this is another hint for us that we will have a very volatile full moon, and the good news is that the drops will happen, but the price will not stay there, which is advantageous, so to speak. Then we have Mercury retrograde, we have Sun and Venus, as you see here. They are quite good, I would say, a good group in the sidereal Leo. And if we look at the constellations, we get the Maga Nakshatra, the first pada, which is quite good, I would say. And we have Venus in Purva Falguni, a bit more lazy. So Venus will not really give a lot of steam, but it's a strong Venus because Purva Falguni is ruled by Venus. So it's a good positioning. This means that the price action will have strength, and after the drop, it will be really fast that it will recover. So it has its strength to recover. This is important to take into account. It will not be, I think, we should expect 1 week, so to speak, of recovery. So it's not like very easy, and then we have another problem ahead, but still it's a volatile period with some recovery, which could be also significant with these nakshatras that are very strong. Then we do have also something to take into account as well, and this is the sun, of course, which is part of the full moon always, and we need to look at it. It's Maga Nakshatra, also the first pada, as you see, and this points towards some news, of course, in the whole full moon that would be maybe a bit disturbing, so disturbing, or it will instill some fear, and this is linked to some regulation most probably, so stay tuned for that. Maga would point towards governments, towards people in power, so it's like some power plays there. It could also be associated with some ETF related events. Why? Because Dhanishta nakshatra is also associated with wealth and with big sums of money. That would be overall the picture of the full moon, which will last for 2 weeks from now. So count 2 weeks from the 19th of August. So roughly the influence will stay until the end of the month, and the end of the month could be quite critical. Then I would like to wrap up with some thoughts on possible targets, so to speak. I don't talk about price targets too often, but I want to outline that with all the turbulence, I think it will stay around 50K. From the weekly analysis, we have roughly 49K, and from the daily analysis, a strong level would be 51.5, 52K. So this is what we see currently, and we expect more stability, like I mentioned also previously, after the eclipse season, if especially, so we have a big if with the rate cuts that we hope for. The liquidity cycle is very important to enable growth. And with this, I would like to thank you for your attention, for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel. And until next time, be joyful.